Milarepa, one of Tibet's most beloved yogis and spiritual figures, lived in the 11th century. His life story is a profound tale of sin, redemption, and enlightenment. Here is a detailed account of his life, including both Tibetan and Nepali perspectives, given his significance in both regions. Early life, tragedy and injustice. Milarepa was born in western Tibet in a village called Kiangatsa into a wealthy family. His birth name was Thopaga, meaning delightful to hear, as his voice was melodious. However, tragedy struck early when his father passed away, leaving the family's wealth in the hands of his uncle and aunt, who mistreated Milarepa, his mother, and his sister. They were reduced to servitude, facing extreme poverty and cruelty. Turning to dark magic, Milarepa's mother, driven by anger and revenge, urged Milarepa to learn the dark arts to exact revenge on their tormentors. He studied black magic under a sorcerer and eventually became skilled in controlling supernatural forces. Milarepa invoked these dark powers, causing a landslide that destroyed the house of his uncle and aunt, killing many of their family members and others in the village. Despite fulfilling his mother's wishes, Milarepa was overcome with guilt and despair for the destruction he had caused. Realizing the futility of revenge and the karmic burden he had created, he sought a path of redemption and spiritual purification. Milarepa's path to enlightenment. Milarepa renounced black magic and sought a spiritual teacher who could help him purify his karma. He found Marpa Lotsawa, a famous translator and teacher who had brought many Buddhist teachings from India to Tibet. Marpa, however, did not accept Milarepa easily. To purify Milarepa's negative karma from his previous actions, Marpa subjected him to intense physical and emotional trials. Marpa ordered Milarepa to build several stone towers, only to tear them down repeatedly. This physical labor was grueling, but Milarepa persevered, trusting that Marpa was guiding him towards spiritual liberation. After many years of hardship, Marpa finally gave Milarepa the teachings and initiations he sought. Milarepa retreated into the mountains for solitary meditation, where he lived in caves, enduring harsh conditions and often surviving on nothing but nettles, which turned his skin green. Through deep meditation and practice, Milarepa attained enlightenment in a single lifetime, becoming one of the greatest yogis in Tibetan history. His teachings and songs. Milarepa is famous not only for his spiritual achievements, but also for his songs, known as the 100,000 Songs of Milarepa. These spontaneous songs of realization express profound insights into the nature of mind, the path of the yogi, and the teachings of Buddhism. His songs remain a source of inspiration for practitioners across Tibet, Nepal, and beyond. The Nepali connection. Milarepa's spiritual journey is also deeply connected to Nepal. In his quest for enlightenment, Milarepa meditated in several caves in the Himalayan region, including what is now modern-day Nepal. His most famous meditation site in Nepal is the Milarepa Cave in Nilam, near the Nepal-Tibet border. This cave, called Milarepa's Cave, Milarepa Gompa, is a pilgrimage site for Buddhists. According to local legends in Nepal, Milarepa's presence left a significant mark on the region, and many Nepali spiritual traditions revere him as a saint who brought peace and wisdom to the land. His journey into Nepal symbolizes the spread of Tibetan Buddhism into the Himalayan region and its integration with local Nepali traditions, especially in regions like Mustang and Dolpo, which have deep cultural ties with Tibetan Buddhism. Additionally, Milarepa's teachings influenced many prominent Nepali Buddhist teachers and practitioners. His example of turning from a life of wrongdoing to becoming a great yogi resonated strongly in the Nepali context, where stories of asceticism and spiritual transformation are revered. Milarepa spent the latter part of his life wandering the Tibetan plateau, meditating and teaching. His principal disciple, Gampopa, would go on to establish the Kagyu lineage of Tibetan Buddhism, which became one of the four major schools of Tibetan Buddhism. Milarepa's life, teachings, and songs continue to inspire millions across the Himalayan region, including Tibet, Nepal, Bhutan, and India. The story of Milarepa resonates with people to this day because it shows the transformative power of spiritual practice. Despite his early life of suffering and wrong actions, Milarepa achieved full enlightenment through perseverance, devotion, and the guidance of a wise teacher. His life is a testament to the Buddhist principle that it is never too late to turn toward the Dharma and attain liberation. Milarepa is believed to have passed away at the age of 84, leaving behind a legacy of teachings and songs that have inspired generations of practitioners. His life story was recorded by his disciples, particularly Rinpoche, and has been passed down through centuries as a spiritual testament to the power of practice and devotion. His transformation under the guidance of Marpa represents the importance of spiritual discipline and the role of a qualified teacher in guiding one out of ignorance and suffering. His years of meditation in solitude symbolize the importance of inner transformation and the renunciation of worldly distractions. Milarepa's enlightenment and subsequent role as a teacher highlight the ultimate Buddhist ideal, the attainment of Buddhahood for the benefit of all sentient beings.
More information about this beautiful sculpture of Milarepa. May Milarepa's story inspire all of us to walk the path of wisdom. Thank you so much.